We're just about set to go here at Alberton Oval. Of course, this is the first game. We've got back-to-back games coming today. We've got the seniors, if you like, coming on after this one. But first up, it's the SANFL sides, if you like, from both teams, taking each other on. And some really good talent. It's a beautiful day here in Adelaide. I think we're headed for a top of 28 degrees. Daniel Norton, Lee Gaskin and Tom Wren all set to call the action. And we're just about set to go here.
Port Adelaide in their silver Guernsey. This is an AFL non-selected game, so technically not an SANFL game. So they've got their silver Guernsey with the black shorts. Of course, the Crows, the away team here at Alberton this afternoon, all thanks to Balfours.
Okay, here we go. And a big thanks to Balfours. We've got Strawn in the ruck there and young Hayes as well. And Hayes wins it down. Lovely tap. He gets it to May. So bit of rhyming action early on. Cam Sutcliffe, of course, former Fremantle player, goes a 1-2 with Garner, pokes it out to the outer side and an easy chest mark taken. So Port looking to move the ball along quickly here. They come up the line. Mark not taken. Ball off hands. Goldsack. Plenty of AFL experience there. Comes in board. Frederick takes the mark. And the power should move through the middle of the ground. And
50, the old standing rule, I think you'll find there. So Martin Frederick will be the recipient of the first standing infringement there, 50-metre penalty. We're 30 seconds into the game. So interesting. Frederick will go from about 55 metres out, too far to score for the young man. Goes in really sharply, well cut off there by the Crows' defence. Handball back in board towards that player in Ben Davis. Ben Davis goes wide. Frederick needs to stand under the ball, but well marked there by the Adelaide Crows. So right half back, kicks towards the Foss Williams stand. Thilthorpe is there, but well met there by Jake Piscini from Port Adelaide, and there'll be a boundary throw in right in front of that historic stand. So good ball movement early, Lee, by Port Adelaide, particularly in that first sort of 45 seconds.
Yeah, it certainly was, Nort. So I just want to pick up, see Ben Davis line up in defence for the Crows. We've seen him play largely as a half forward during his 3 or 4 seasons in Adelaide. So good to see him get a bit of a positional change this year.
Great stuff. Lee Gaskin, our chief AFL reporter.
Best in the business.
Unbelievable. Great bloke too. He's going to give all the analysis today. And just tell us who to look out for as we're watching this game today. Port Adelaide in the meantime going forward. Jackson Mead, good to see him getting involved. Oh, big jump and fly at the football there from Wiedemann. Couldn't take it. Ball comes up over the back now for the Crows. Getting it out there was Hinge. He goes long out towards the outer side just in front of us, and a good mark taken there by one of the top-up players in Oliver Clark. So Clark on the half-back flank goes into the middle of the ground. Cam Sutcliffe couldn't take it. Frederick been busy early. There's Garner doing nicely. Gets the handball out to Sarin, who goes long up the line. One of the top-up players again. Ball spills over the top. Probably could have taken it there, the big fella, but elected not to. Now a strong tackle, and that's coming on young Sarin again. It should be a ball up here, and that's how the umpire calls it. About 70 metres out from Port Adelaide's goal. They've done most of the attacking. Still no score early in this game.
Bright sunshine here at Alberton Oval. 3 minutes into the first quarter. Hayes gets it down to Mays. Mays over the top towards Mead. Mead tries to find Woodcock with the hands, but there'll be a secondary throw-in. In fact, the umpire is the last disposal rule in this. So they are doing the SANFL rule. No, they're not. So
maybe
the
by
umpire
foot
did indicate that it was going to be a free kick, but now he's going to have the boundary throw. And confusion reigns with the boundary umpire in front of us as he hoists it back into play. So Hayes locks horns, gets it down towards Mead. Mead wrestled to the ground. They're going to try and break free. Good tackle there by Mays. Well done by the Crows player, picking it up in heavy traffic. That was Berry. Ball moves forward towards centre wing. Piscini leads Thilthorpe in the race for the ball, and Joel Garner sees the ball over the line. So we're just working through a few things here, Lee, but it appears as though we've got AFL rules rather than the SANFL last touch.
It does look that way, Norton. Probably a good thing, obviously, given ahead of the AFL Community Series next weekend, and if players have to get selected in that, they'll be used to the rules they'll be playing in that game.
And there's Sarah Berry again. I want to touch on him. Nice mark taken again by Frederick, but Berry looking good as well early, fellas.
That's a good line there, Tommy. That's a good line.
He's going okay, and Frederick has also done a couple of nice things early in this game for Porters. They now come long towards the big fella there, one of the top-ups there in Benny Edwards. He couldn't take the mark. Instead, it's been taken over the back by Ace Taylor, who's one of the top-up players, Lee.
Yeah, pretty important game for Ace Taylor. Obviously still fighting to get a spot on the list up against Nick Murray, who's been given the call for the AFL side today.
Okay, so maybe just a little bit behind at the moment. Now, play-on's been called here. Kick over the top is a good one. And that came from a player who's been very good early in this game in Oliver Clark. So Clark doing very, very nicely. Now a shot on at goal from about 15 metres out. He runs around, opens up the angle, and that looks like it's pretty good. And Lockie Gollant, who is one of the AFL-listed players, kicks the opening goal of the game. So nice work there from the Crows. A bit against the run of play, but they get the first goal.
If you have a look at Lockie Gollant, he's put on about 13 kilos in the past 12 months. When he arrived at the club, he was I think it's about 70 or 72 kilos. So he's basically just been smashing 6 meals a day, smashing the protein shakes, and he's really looking like he's got a bit more of an AFL mature body right now.
No, I can relate to that. I put on 13 kilos in the last 6 months, so I can tell you what, through COVID, Lee, it's not that hard to do. But no, in all seriousness, good ball movement. I thought Port Adelaide were winning around the stoppages in that first 4 minutes. They seem to have those bigger bodies, Lee, but the Crows transitioned forward and, as Tommy pointed out, against the run of play, scored the first goal.
Well, you look at the two sides there. I think Port have got a few more experienced players out there, Norts. But yeah, I like that ball movement for the Crows, and they get off the first team on the board. So
Hayes and Strawn will lock horns again. Hayes jumps over the top, gets it down towards Mead. Mead shuffles it back towards Hayes. Hayes over the top towards Sutcliffe, wearing the number 1 Guernsey for Port Adelaide. Well done there, though, by Berry. Berry snaps around the body, leading towards the ball there as the Port Adelaide player across half-back, and he finds Sutcliffe, who goes short to Dylan Williams. So Dylan Williams, centre wing, left-footed, chips in board.
He's a neat player, isn't he?
Sam Mays, yeah. A lot of talent.
Yep.
One of those draftees from the season before draft, the 2019 draft. So goes long inside 50, big pack of players. Well done there by the Port Adelaide player front and centre. The Crows start to run it out, and you'll find that the young man there in Mitch Hinge, brother of Johnny Hinge, who was at Port Adelaide as a welfare consultant for many years. There goes Himmelberg, duck the head. Will he get a free kick? Umpire says play on. Handball over the top towards the Port Adelaide player in Strange. Strange goes inboard. Big pack of players. Well done there by Berry. He's got the ball on the string at the moment. Strawn, one step only as far as Serene, and Arian Serene will take the mark for Port Adelaide, 60 metres out. A top-up player, plays for the Goodwood Saints in the Amateur League, so a lot of talent with this young man as well.
Yeah, he's looked good. He's done a couple of nice things. Now, this might be another 50-metre, I reckon. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. So just infringing on the mark, and I know that's a big talking point for supporters who have vented a bit of outrage with other practice matches we've seen already in the AFL.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit of adjusting to, isn't it, Tommy? That was probably a fair call, that one. It looked like the Serene was just taking his kick, didn't really stray off the mark too much, so it'll just take the players a bit of time to adjust to that new interpretation. And
that is if you move laterally, I think, or before the player's actually gone off the mark, then they're going to pay the 50 metres, so they're just going to be hot on that this year, it seems, the umpire. So Serene about 15 metres out, almost directly in front. The umpire does a bit of work, and he's unfortunately not converted. So the first score, though, for Port is a behind. The Crows 1 straight goal, so they lead by 5 points 7 minutes into this opening term.
I wonder whether that standing rule is going to be a little bit more challenging too for the contractor players who haven't been, around the system. They're training in amateur league clubs, and get it reinforced into them, because of course the amateur league wouldn't be playing with those rules at the moment. So big grab there by Himmelberg. Himmelberg down centre wing. Player there cut the ball off from Port Adelaide. I didn't pick up that play, but the ball spills free now to Garner. So Garner tries to take a tackle on. He's caught red hot holding the ball. Great tackle there by the Crows player. Centre field, big grab. Wonderful grab there by the young man in Bailey Marshman, the big Marshman. So he goes inside 50. Big pack of players. Good grab again by the Crows forward. That's the man we wanted to see, Riley Thilthorpe. Pick number 2 at the draft, and
good grab.
Big set of hands. There were some question marks around why he was playing today, but you were saying, Lee, that it's a management thing by the Crows?
Yeah, that's right, Norts. He's had just some injury issues in the pre-season. I think just a bit of a soft tissue, some groin stuff there. So it's just been sort of managed his training loads. So a good early signs, though. That's a great pack mark, and hopefully he can convert on the scoreboard with this one. He's
40 out. Riley Thilthorpe drop punt on its way. That goal umpire has not moved a muscle. So terrific start. A real confidence booster for the top pick in the draft last year for the Adelaide Crows, Riley Thilthorpe, and the Crows move to 2 straight goals, 12, leading Port Adelaide 1 point, 8.5 minutes into this first quarter. Remember, it's all thanks to our very good friends at Balfour's.
Really good start from Adelaide, and for Thilthorpe there, who I know a lot of Crows fans will be hoping to see a little bit in the senior side. Not playing in the second game today, so they're just easing him into it. But if he can take a few marks like that up forward and kick 2 or 3 goals, that'll do him the world of good.
Yeah, I'm also keen to see if he spends a little bit of time on the ruck today, Tommy. Obviously, Kevin Strawn's the starting ruckman. We've got Elliot Himmelberg and Riley in the team, so I'm sure they'll give Kieran a chop out at some stage.
Lee Gaskin, Daniel Norton, Tom Wren with you all. Thanks to Balfours here at Alberton Oval. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. As this time it's Strawn who gets a bit of a run and jump at it. The Crows, so starting to win the ball just around the contest, although they've coughed it up here. Ball spills out towards Sutcliffe now, who runs onto it. Of course, played some senior footy with the power. He goes inside 50, but coming to it there was Worrell, and now a left foot snap around the body coming from Williams. That's an outstanding finish.
That is electric, isn't it?
Dylan Williams, that is an absolute cracker. That's the goal of the day so far, no doubt about that. I've seen him play a few times before, and he's got loads of talent, and we're seeing a good example of it there. That's the first goal for Port. We get it 9.5 minutes in, and Dylan Williams with his first for the Power today.
So it looked like early on that he was starting deeper and he had Josh Worrell on him in that matchup, but it looks like Williams has moved a bit higher up the ground now, so might be getting around the ball a little bit more, but to capitalise. What a finish that was on the left. That was sensational. It's
a super Saturday of football here at Alberton Oval. Stay with us on the streams right across the day. Of course, from 11:30 this morning, the senior game, Port Adelaide versus
Looking
the Crows.
Chris
Dittmar and Will Goodings will be bringing you that live here from Alberton Oval. Got to say, conditions are perfect too. Not a breath of wind, so no breeze favouring either end of the ground. So umpire puts the ball back down. Well done there by Strawn. That's got to be it's holding the ball. I thought he might have dropped it. And the free kick will go there to the Port Adelaide player who will pump it forward. So plays on, kicks inside 50, looking for and finding a very, very good lead. A strong mark there by
Wiedemann.
Wiedemann it is too. It's Wayne Wiedemann's son. Well, this is unbelievable. So kicks inside 50, lords the target. Oh, big grab there. And that should be paid, and it is paid. And that's big Strawn for the Crows, who's been rucking every minute of this first quarter, 12.5 minutes in. So Strawn kicks towards half-back, a long raking kick out to the outer side of the ground. Big pack of players. Umpire will say that's a free kick to the Crows, and Himmelberg will take the relieving free kick.
So Elliot Himmelberg, good to see him getting a bit of the football. I'm sure a few people, and maybe even he, a little bit shocked. Billy Frampton, though, chosen ahead of him today, but finding the footy here, goes up towards Thilthorpe, and just cutting it off there, taking a really good grab was Ollie Lord, one of the young draftees.
Yeah, well, his grandfather, Brownlow medalist from Geelong, and came over with some really exciting raps on him.
And very impressive young man. That's another good grab by Wiedemann over ball ace there. Wants to get on with the job quickly, runs around, takes his full measure. Good thumping kick inside 50. Looking for Sutcliffe there, who's going to get a run at it. Tries to hack it off the ground, couldn't get it much further than where it already was. Williams, who's already kicked one, gets the handball away to Mays, who throws it on the right boot, kick towards goal. He's just offline and through for one behind, but they're peppering here the Power. They move along to 1-2-8. The Crows 2 straight goals. 4 points the margin. 12 minutes gone here at Alberton Oval. All thanks to Balfours. Lee Gaskin, Daniel Norton, Tom Wren with you here today. I hope you're enjoying the coverage in the first of our 2 games between the Crows and Port Adelaide.
If you just tuned in, so the Crows kicking towards the southern end, Port Adelaide towards the northern end. We're calling from, I guess you'd say, the opposite side of the ground as to what you might be familiar with. So that's where the Foss Williams stand on the other side. So Lord's taken another good mark for Port Adelaide. Started well, hospital kick to Mays, but Mays stood his ground well. Marks 55 out. He will now try and find Schofield now. He's got time, he's got space. He's going to have to think about this. Drop punt and he misses just to the near side. So he had a chance, steadied, but kicked a behind. So Port Adelaide moved to 1-3-9, trailing a very accurate Crows. 2 straight goals, 12. Lee, what are you seeing?
I think Wiedemann's been impressive, hasn't he? Couple of those marks has been fantastic.
Yeah.
So great to see a top-up player really take his chance.
That was a good call. He took a really nice mark on that outer side there a little bit earlier. Here as the Crows look to go forward. They do so now, and a quick kick on the boot there from Baccanello, who gains about 25, 30 metres, and now it gets up towards the half-forward flank here for the Crows. They'll be happy to lock it in. They didn't have too much pressure there or presence in terms of bodies, and they do exactly that. So nice tackling work, and we'll get a ball up about 65 metres out from Adelaide's goal. As Nort said, they're kicking towards the southern end in this first quarter. Umpire tosses it up. Little tap over the top there was extremely clever by Lord again, who's been good. Done a couple of nice things. Ball now goes towards the boundary line and out of play. And we'll get a throw in this time on the half-forward flank. It was Wiedemann again with ball ace. We'll keep an eye on that battle. I reckon Wiedemann definitely having the better of it so far. Early stages, though.
Is there not some irony there? Former Crows legend.
Yeah.
instead of Wayne Wiedemann's son playing for Port Adelaide, and Daryl Borlase, of course,
Who was at
Port Adelaide Premiership captain,
Great
played over
player.
200 games. His son James Borlase standing him. So Burgoyne goes forward, jams onto the boot. Up goes Wiedemann again.
Ooh.
Big pack of players. Well spoiled by Borlase. The ball squirts out the back towards the Crows player in Taylor. Taylor's wrapped up. There's arms and legs going in everywhere. In goes Mays. Mays over the football, trying to shovel it out. Gets as far as Serene. Serene tries to work it through. In the back, surely. Umpire says play on. Well done there by the Crows, and let's throw a blanket over it. No, umpire says free kick, and Berry will take the free kick for the Crows. So kick number 4 for Sam Berry. He's really starting to rack up the football early. He'll kick towards centre wing, probably a little bit more central than he wanted. Big pack of players. Well done there by Himmelberg. He's in there. Also Frederick, the ball spills free, squirts towards the wing position. Now there should be some time here for Strange. Port Adelaide fumble it, and then they open the door now for the Crows. So the Crows look to move forward, but the ball goes out of bounds, and there'll be a boundary throw in front of the scoreboard over there that reads Adelaide 2 straight goals, 12, Port Adelaide 1-3-9.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, Lee. Wiedemann's been super impressive, but you called it Nords. Berry also very good for the Crows. Has got plenty of the football in this first term as the umpire tosses it back into play. Strawn, nice hands, gets it down. Tried to get it to his teammate there, but they couldn't go forward. And now a stack of bodies on top of this. Mays, though, gets the handball out. That was well done. Gets it on quickly there to Aldridge. And a good mark again taken by Wiedemann in front of Borlase, who couldn't have done much else, but Wiedemann's hands just again too good.
It's been terrific. Well, that was a really strong mark. Great pressure from Borlase, but Wiedemann just too good.
Got a nice size about him as well. He's not on the power list or any list, but looks like he can play a bit, the boy, as he goes long. Strawn has it all to himself and doing what a good ruckman should, and takes the mark uncontested, just putting himself in the hole. He looks like he's bulked up just a fraction. And now Thilthorpe, he comes and has a run at the jump at the footy. In fact, it wasn't. It was one of their top-up players, Bailey Marshman.
How about the courage there from Wiedemann just to go back with the flight of the ball? Knew there were players coming, but just threw himself at it. Fantastic stuff.
So really good stuff there. Margin still 3 points. It's the Crows leading. 16 and a half minutes gone in this opening term.
Good signs for both teams in this first quarter. Boundary throw in. Hayes locks horns again with Strawn. Strawn tries to win it down. Woodcock's in there. Good tackle. Ball spills free to Berry. Berry will be dragged over the line. No, picks it up. Kicks on the left foot. Pack of players emerging. It's a 3-on-2 in favour of Port Adelaide. They should get the crumbs here, but well done, Himmelberg. Garner tries to wrap him up. Himmelberg shovels it forward, and the Crows are away again inside 50. Kick towards goal. Backpedaling is a Port Adelaide player trying to shuffle it over the line, and he does. Umpire says that'll be a free kick, and he has paid the free kick indeed.
Westbrook?
To Westbrook. So Westbrook will clear it deep in defence for Port Adelaide. Just goes short. And finds that player in Goldsack, of course, Collingwood Premiership player. First time we've really seen him suit up for Port Adelaide. Kicks towards the wing position. Up goes Williams, down goes Williams, and the ball goes over the line, courtesy of Taj Schofield. And there'll be another boundary throw-in. So a little bit stop-start at the moment, gents.
It is, isn't it? But gee, Tarek Newchurch, a nice pick-up, wasn't it? And then that kick on goal, he looks like he's got a bit of ability.
He certainly does. I also love the work of Elliot Himmelberg there to follow up on the ground.
Yeah, that's good. That's what they want to see, those second efforts from the big man. As Port here try to get the ball all along, and the umpire said that stayed in. So play on is the call. Boyd Woodcock now comes up, and the quick kick inside 50, one-on-one contest here. It's Wiedemann up against Borlase. Borlase this time takes it.
In the back,
could have been ridden in the back. The umpire said exactly that. Good call, Norts. And that's better from Borlase. He'll be happy with that. Good young man from Sturt, and what a name as well from the Port Adelaide Footy Club. His dad, a premiership captain with the Maggies. He goes short, and that kick's got to be okay. And they now look to move and transfer play. So they do so. It was Hinge who gives it off to Worrell, who now goes long, and the mark is taken by Newchurch. So Tarek Newchurch wants to get on with the job quickly, goes up the line looking for Gollant, who couldn't take the mark. He taps it to himself, and now taking the ball is Strange. He's tackled, and the ball goes over the boundary line, out of play, and we'll get a throw in. Still 3 points the margin in favour of the Crows. 18 and a half minutes gone in this opening term here at Alberton, all thanks to Balfours.
How good is it to have footy back, boys? How good is it to have it back? It is sensational to be here and be able to bring you this game. Daniel Norton and Tom Wren, Lee Gaskin with you from Alberton Oval, drawing to the closing stages of the first quarter. So that ball went out of bounds on the full. Port Adelaide player and Arian Serene, academy player, will will take the free kick. He's going to have to jump the fence here into the bowling club. He's got the big sprigs running right across the bowling green. Now, they won't be happy because...
Members will be loving that noise,
well,
won't they?
they've got their big premier event today. Bang, look, there we go. Another, more divots, another divot, and that's better. So there we go. So, well, it's things you have to do, Lee. Things you have to do when there's no people here.
It's community footy, isn't it? It's best.
It is. Look at that in front of the Pirate Life sign there. Great supporters of Port Adelaide. So in short to Frederick. Frederick got it across half-back, just looking to just sort of slow things up a little bit. To Burgoyne, good spoil there by the Crows player, forcing the turnover. And they're away again, the Crows. Well played there through Clark. Handball over the top. Who's this? This is Newchurch again. Check side, skews it forward. Only goes as far as the Crows player. Handball over the top. Happy birthday. No, well done there by the Port Adelaide player in. Who stuck their hand in there? Is that Big Maze? It might have been Piscini. Well played there by the Port Adelaide defence. Yeah,
just rushed it through, didn't they? And ensured that Marshman didn't get the easy Joe the Goose over the top as Cam Sutcliffe is going to bring the ball back. And he goes route one, straight down the middle. He had the right intention, but Elliot Himmelberg read it really nicely. Gets on with it quickly, goes inside 50. Good effort there by Leanett. He just tapped it away. Now the ball comes over the back. Little snap towards goal, dribbles about 15 metres. Strange gets the handball out. Leanett again. Handballs it back into Goldsack, who's happy just to rush it through for one behind.
His Tarek Newchurch has done a couple of nice things.
He has.
Pressure and the speed there to sort of get the ball into the forward 50. He looks like a real lively prospect.
So the Crows now by 5 points, 2-2-14. The power 1-3-9, almost 21 minutes gone. It's going to be Tyson Goldsack bringing the ball back into play.
He's going to be invaluable to the Port Adelaide side this year with his experience. Goes long towards half-back. Big pack of players. The Crows winning these 50-50 balls at the moment, and they punch it forward again through Davis. But a good mark there to the Port Adelaide defender in Leanett. So has been a really good player for Port Adelaide. When he gets his chances at AFL level, he's always on that fringe though, Jared Leanett. Kicks towards half-back, looking for Hayes, couldn't find him, and the ball goes over the boundary line thanks to Mead, and there'll be a boundary throw-in in front of the bowling club.
Well, he's probably one, isn't he, Lee, who's going to have to wait for an opportunity now with Alia coming into the side. He's probably one that's going to have to work really hard to get a spot in the senior team.
That's right, Tommy. The depth in the Port backline, adding Alia, you got obviously Trent McKenzie had a fantastic season last year.
Yep.
Tommy Cleary, Tommy Jones. There's just so many great defenders there at the moment.
Yeah, and Darcy Byrne-Jones taking that small man role as they clear here. Port Adelaide, it was Frederick to Sutcliffe, who is now transferring and coming to Goldsack. Goes on a big sweeping run. He made the right call, but just couldn't pick the ball up cleanly, and some good pressure coming in there from Baccanello. And the ball now goes out of play, about 55 metres out from the Crows' goal. They've just done most of the attacking in this last 3 or 4 minutes. It's been good stuff from them. They've absorbed a lot in this opening term and lead by 5 points. 22 minutes gone. Umpire tosses it back into play. Strawn again in the ruck. Woodcock, nice tackle. Here they go through Hinge, who was just pushed off it as he kicked it. Ball goes up and out of bounds on the full. And the right decision made there by the umpire. Either a mark or out of bounds on the full. And Leanett, who is a thumping kick, transfers play. And that's a great leg. Although the Crows get there just in the nick of time, but it's going to work out okay for the power in the end. Williams now gets it on. Lovely pickup. That was outstanding by Aldridge. Frederick, he picks it up, just stops and props and then comes in board. Oh, it was the right idea, but it was just cut off at the last moment. And now the Crows have got the turnover. Newchurch with the football goes one way, then the other. That was smart play. Just bought himself some time. Oh, great tackle. That's got to be holding the ball. Brilliant stuff. And the Power now have turned it over and will have an opportunity to go forward through Tommy Corcoran.
Punches it forward, looking for Lord. Lord won't make it. Good spoil there by Borlase. A double-fisted spoil towards the boundary line. The Crows should track it out of defence here, and they do. So a neat left foot kick to a 2-on-1, though. That's not going to help. Goldsack let the ball over the back. Picked it up, though. Now handball's into trouble. So Newchurch should have a clean pair of heels here. He picks it up. He has a bounce. He runs inside 50. He's still burning. Has he gone too far? Umpire says play on. Check side. Misses. Misses. But
that was a very, very generous 15 metres there, North, wasn't it?
He ran 32 metres, but I don't mind that. A little bit of theatre, bring some action back into the game. It's been a long time.
I tell you what, you're just looking for snippets today, I think, as a fan, if you're watching the stream.
Too right.
And seeing play like that will excite a lot of Crows fans. That was Really good stuff.
It's the sort of thing they need, Adelaide. I think the small forward area has been somewhere they've been lacking the last couple of years. So to bring players like Tarek Newchurch, we'll see James Rowe later today as well. So really bolstering that small forward, pressure forward area there.
Good call. Lee Gaskin in commentary today with Daniel Norton and Tom Wren. Hope you're enjoying it. Taj Schofield with a football. Brings it up the line, of course, the son of Jared Schofield, and
Correct.
Great to see him picked up. And Port Adelaide have got a few today that are playing. Jackson Mead, Trent Burgoyne also.
Jake Wiedemann. From the other camp side of things. Miller Carter, I believe, too, is Stephen Carter's son.
Is that right? And then
player.
Owen Montgomery also.
Correct. So
some real talent on display today.
it's the family club, Tommy.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. And the Crows, well, that was really good play. That was fantastic stuff there from Hinge. He goes long, up inside 50. They're looking for a crumb or a snap at goal. Ball spits out there. They've got an opportunity here through Clark if he can pick it up cleanly. He doesn't, but he gets it on the second attempt, then throws it on the right, check side towards goal. Goes across the face, just got it on the fat side of the footy and out of bounds on the full. A free kick here to Port. 25 minutes gone. They lead 2-3 the Crows. The Power 1-3-9. In fact, there is the quarter-time siren. It was scrappy at times, but there was enough to like from that first term. But at quarter-time, it's Adelaide. The goal kickers are Gollant, who kicked the first, and then Thilthorpe kicked another one for the Crows before Dylan Williams kicked the Power's first and only goal of that opening term. And at quarter-time, it's the Crows 2-3-15. Port Adelaide 1-3-9.